Pokemon Champions Regulation MB is here. With it comes new items and Pokemon. Let's go ahead and jump in, and this is all, and here, everything you need to know. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and let's jump straight into it. Alright, starting with the returning Pokemon, we have Raichu and its newest Mega X and Y forms. Mega Raichu X is patching Electric Surge, so the only primary surge setting ability in the game, so could be good for electric types. And then Raichu Y also has a not to slip on ability with No Guard. No Guard also not too bad, so you could also do some No Guard strategies there, I'm sure, with Raichu Y, especially with Focus Blast, Thunder, as well as some other crazy hitting moves. A couple of other Pokemon that are returning would be Vileplume, who, you know, the solid Pokemon I think could be used in some teams potentially. There's normal Quillfish. Don't really know what else to say about that. Sorry, Quillfish fans. There's not a lot to say. Returning are the Hoenn trio of starters. Sceptile, of course, and Mega Sceptile keeping Lightning Rod. Blaziken, of course, returning, and Mega Blaziken keeping Speed Boost, which gives it a +1 speed to every turn. So very good there. And then Swampert returning, and Mega Swampert with Swift Swim. So Mega Swampert, Swift Swim, could see some rain teams get a lot of value because that's a hard-hitting Pokemon. Also returning is Mawile with huge power. So Mega Mawile, Steel type that resists. Aerodactyl, watch out. Charizard's still going to run the meta probably though. And then also is the Metagross. Metagross, of course, packing Tough Claws. So that is a hard-hitting Pokemon. Also returning is Musharna. Same type of thing as the as Quillfish. Cool, I guess. Also, some new Megas that are coming to the game. We have Mega Staraptor, who gets Contrary. I suspect we'll see a lot of play out of Staraptor and a lot of fun little tech there. Another Pokemon that gets a Mega is Scolipede, but he just gets Shell Armor. Such a cool design. We couldn't give him something better. Next up is Mega Scrafty with Intimidate, so it gets proc double Intimidate, so Scrafty could see some meta play. Not bad, not bad. Of course, Mega Floet probably still drops an absolute nuclear bomb on his head, and we cry. Probably the best new Mega ability-wise would be Mega Electros with a new ability called Elevate. So basically the best way I can explain this is it's Levitate, and they tacked on Beast Boost at the end. That's not bad. That's a hard-hitting Pokemon. It's a little slow and lacks a little bit of bulk, but when we run correctly, that thing could probably be an absolute menace. Up next is Mega Pyroar, one of the most hated new Mega Pokemon. I actually didn't mind it, knowing that it's the kanji for fire in Japanese. It has a new ability called Fire Mane, which gives it a 50% boost to Fire-type moves. So honestly, boosted stab, that's not too bad. That's a pretty solid ability. Malamar is returned as well with its Mega, also keeping Contrary. No surprise, makes sense. Barbaracle is back also with his Mega. It is keeping Tough Claws. So Tough Claws, of course, very good ability, as we discussed with Metagross. We have Dragalge also returning, and Mega Dragalge, which gets Regenerator. So it loses adaptability, but it gets Regenerator. It could be worse, but definitely kind of hurts him in my opinion. We also have Grimmsnarl making his grand return, so the prankster screen setter, the one who's immune to taunts. Whimsicott's days might be numbered, because the Grimmsnarl was pretty good. And then the last new Mega that's returning to the game, or I guess making its grand debut of the game, is Phalanx. This is Sparta! Who gets Defiant. So, or keeps Defiant. I guess it's just gets Defiant, can keep Defiant. So honestly, could be really good if you are facing those double Intimidate Scrafties. It's not too bad, gives you options. Some other Pokemon, some Gen 9 and a Gen, or I guess it's Gen 9. It's not really Gen 9, it's a Legends Arceus Pokemon. We have Overqwil making his grand return, so Overqwil could see some play, I could see. A very solid Pokemon. Houndstone coming in from Generation 9. Also Annihilate coming in, but Annihilate lost his lost Final Gambit, so kind of nerfed into the ground there. No more one-shot Halos. And then of course comes Goldingo. But Goldingo also kind of got nerfed because its Make It Rain is now weaker. Or it's not weaker. They reduced the accuracy, now it lowers your special attack by 2. I guess that makes sense. Goldingo was kind of strong. But those are the new Pokemon. Let's do the items now, shall we? Alright, and items-wise, we have a few items, and some notable ones, I would say. The wide lens is back, so the wide lens with Pop Bomb for our dear Mousehold stocks have gone back up. Moves used by this Pokemon have a 10% increase in their accuracy. The Muscle Band and Wise Glasses. Muscle Band, of course, is physical attacks increased by 10%. Special attacks for the Wise Glasses also by 10%. Expert Belt's back, so super attacks with super effective power get 20% boost, so Expert Belt's not bad. The Light Clay has returned, so expect to see a lot of screens runners now with Light Clay because it has returned. The Life Orb is back, so Life Orb gives you a 30% damage increase, but you lose 10% of your maximum health each turn you use it. So obviously, a very common item, but people do like it. The Zoom Lens is a newer item, at least I don't remember the item being in the game, so I could be wrong. It has an accuracy increase of 20% when moving last, so very cool item. Metronome increases the power by 20% for using the same move consecutively, maximum of 100%, so very strong item. The Iron Ball is returned, speed reduced by 50%. It's also susceptible to ground moves if flying types or have Levitate, so that is a fun way to deal with that. And then, of course, the next 4 items are the weather extenders. So we have the Icy Rock, which increases snow. The Smooth Rock, which increases Sandstorm. Heat Rock, which increases Sunny Day. And the Damp Rock, which, of course, increases Rain Dance or Drizzle. So we get some big little things there. Shed Shell is back. The switcher is not affected by any moves or items or abilities that would prevent it from leaving. So no more pesky Shadow Tag Pokemon. And then the Big Root, which HP recovered from recovery moves increases by 30%. So Big Root also being back, pretty solid to be honest. So item wise, not too bad. The item list is shorter, but we get some more creativity we can have now with the game. And that's all. That is everything that is brand new in Pokemon Champions. There's also technically some cosmetics and stuff, but we're here for the battle stuff. We're here for the Pokemon, the items, the megas. That's what we're here for. From my point of view, kind of disappointing that's all there is. It really doesn't feel like it addresses much of the meta. The meta might shift slightly, but it really doesn't feel like we're going to see a ton of meta shift away from Charizard Y, unfortunately. So guess we'll have to wait and see. At least we only have to worry about it for 2 months. It's still September. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you all in the next video.